When Barack Obama was running for president, I'll be honest, I didn't think, growing up in America, I was born in Russia, but I grew up in America since I was 5 years old. Seeing the type of racism that I've seen in this country, I didn't think that I would see a black president in my lifetime. But lo and behold, Barack Obama gets elected. How did you feel before the election when you saw that, wow, like we're actually going to have a black president for the first time ever?
That dynamic I had discussed with groups of people a long time ago. America creates these kind of characters when she needs them. Let's look at it. Who's in the news now?
Trump.
Other than his punk ass, who else is in the news? Black. Kaepernick. Right?
Okay.
Let's just say, right? And they create these kind of characters because we could just ignore them. White America can ignore them. The government can ignore them. And it will be nothing to talk about. Because if they say they'd rather black people protest silently and quietly, that's what he did. But you're still making noise. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they create these kind of characters when they need them. And they needed someone that was going to basically lull black people back to sleep so they can set the pick for your man, Trump, excuse me.
On a certain level, you have children, right?
Yes, grown children.
Right. When children grow up, there's a certain level of emulation. And seeing someone do something makes that child feel that that's actually possible.
Right.
Before Barack Obama, regardless of what you say about Barack Obama, whether you agree with what he did or disagree, do you feel that on a certain level, he has shown black children in America and around the world that someone that looks like them is able to hold the highest position in the land?
Yes,
and
sir.
In a certain way, that's inspirational.
Oh, very much so. Very much so, yeah. We don't even have to elaborate on that. That's just what it is. Yeah. I love to see a black family coming out of a White House.
Right. Right. And everybody loves Michelle Obama. Everyone loves their two daughters. People actually
two beautiful
felt that,
children.
Yeah.
And the black dog. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
No type of bullshit. No scandals. No mistresses. No Monica Lewinskys.
I don't know about that.
Well, none that I know of.
You didn't hear the gay thing? The homosexual ritual?
Oh, earlier in the conversation?
No, with Barack Obama when he was Barry.
Never heard that.
Yeah, we'll talk about
it. Never heard about that.
Yeah.
I mean, now that Obama's leaving office, how do you feel about his presidency?
Barack Obama?
Yeah.
Some bullshit. What the fuck did he do for the last 8 years? Except get gray hair. If you talk to any black person, they'll tell you he didn't come speak to us. He talked to Jews, gays, and all kind of other people. Russians, he ain't never come talk to us. Shit.
Well, I think that Obamacare with pre-existing conditions, I think that was a major thing for America. I mean, it's even to the point where the Republicans want to strike down Obamacare, but they don't want to get rid of pre-existing conditions. I think that was one of the most criminal things ever created in America. Let's just say you get cancer, you get AIDS, you get some sort of very serious condition and you don't have health insurance. When you try to sign up for health insurance, they'll let you sign up, but they'll say, but we're not going to cover this because you already had it before you signed up.
Yeah. But that's like,
I thought
that's like giving them the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, and next. Okay. No, I'm not going for it, bro.
No?
No, not going for it. No, not at all. Until you come down here and you know what's ailing black people, for you to do that and not understand where we've come from to where we are now, to know that there has to be an educational component that comes with your your health care agenda, then what good you profiling? They say on the
Okay.
West Coast, you high siding, man. No. Nah, man. Then
Well,
there's an
let's see what
educational
else.
component that comes with that.
What about the defunding of private prisons?
Did you see the documentary
I
13th? It's not
I heard
it's
about it. I
not
haven't
what
seen
they
it yet.
say while we're on the camera. It's not how I act while I'm in front of the camera. It's when these cameras go off, is when you see the real Griff. You understand what I'm saying? So come on, man. We've been bullshitted and messed around by every president. It's the same old agenda, man. So you defund it, but at the same time, prior to that, and while he's on his way out, you put your energy behind Hillary Clinton, excuse me,
Okay.
whose husband
Who?
is responsible for mass incarceration. Come on, bruh.
Right. Right. I mean, although he did take a lot of nonviolent drug offenders and reduce their sentences.
Yeah, so you stab me in the back with a knife 9 inches, and you pull the shit out 3, and you make me a fucking birthday cake. Fuck off. That bullshit. The knife is still in my back, man. Come the fuck on.
Okay.
Nah.
I mean, were you surprised that Trump won?
That's a good question. To a degree, yeah. I'm like, you grabbing pussy and doing all this shit, you could not. People are smart enough to say, nah, we can't do this, dude. We really can't do Hillary, but him, no. But that morning, I'm like, nah, man, he didn't, for real, he won. They was like, yo, he won. I'm like, wow, maybe that's a good thing for black people. Now we can get the fuck up off our asses and do something for ourselves. Shit, about time.
I mean, when I talk to people about Trump, I get very different answers. And the one thing that I hear from certain people is, certain black people that I interview, is that they like Trump because they want to see the racism. They don't want to hear, they don't want someone who smiles in their face and is secretly racist behind their back. They like to know that this is a racist person that they're dealing with. And that's what Trump is bringing out in this country.
Let me tell you something. If I walked out of this room right now and met a girl who that looked beautiful, and I said, although that you might have AIDS, I still like you. I still like you because you bring AIDS awareness to me. After we left the hotel, come on, stop that, bro. That's foolish. I don't like Trump. I don't like racism. Now, if he's bringing it and he's overtly racist, and he's bringing certain aspects of racism, white supremacy to my attention, I got that lesson, but I don't like you, dude. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't like the kind of person he is. I don't like him for America. Hell, I could be bold enough to say I don't like him for white people. Because Trump is going to get some white boys kicked in the motherfucking teeth, for real. Because they're real cocky right now, in my LA voice.
Yeah.
You know, they're real cocky right now, nigga, for real. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like under Trump, racists feel like they could express themselves the way they couldn't 4 years ago.
They've always had silently, but now overtly, they're going to put the t-shirt back on. Fuck niggas.
Yeah.
Go back to your own country. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't
Me
like
either.
it.
We were
and you're
making
starting to see
under Barack Obama. There was a certain kind of, because we were into what we were into. Like I could meet you at Starbucks and see you at the camera. We could have a discussion and we won't even think white and black. We talking about cameras. You understand what I'm saying? There was just a certain kind of, but with Trump, bruh, it's almost like you use the bathroom, flush the toilet, and the shit don't go away. It's like, damn. And you in somebody else's bathroom. Now they're going to come behind you and see all your shit. Like, he's putting it right in front of you. Like, here it is. But it's forcing us, both black and white, to deal with it. Now let's deal with it. Now let's see how both sides act. Am I going to retreat back into my ultra black, radical, militant, militantism, so to speak, or white people gonna retreat back and some gonna put on the hood and some gonna reveal their swastika and some gonna, are we gonna retreat back and become haters of one another again? And you know something, it's gonna bring the worst and the best out of all of us, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Professor Griff, it was definitely a pleasure.
Oh, give thanks, man.
A longtime fan
Oh,
of your movement,
oh, thank you.
and what you represent. Hopefully you get your passport back. This is
Let me tell you
this is
something. I won't
something.
end up in Russia. I was on my way to Russia. They pulled me out of the line. 15 of us singled me out, put the bracelets on me, and telling me I can't get into Russia because I don't have enough pages in my passport to support a visa.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of people are going to watch this and say, well, who cares about a passport? I don't travel anyways. But I think that's one of the big tragedies with I think most of Americans who don't really travel out of this country. Because I could tell you like a personal story with me. Growing up in America, with the tension between black and white, I just assumed that that's just how humans work. People look different, so they don't really get along, and there's always going to be a tension and so forth. And I remember the first time I went to Africa in the year 2000, I was in Senegal. And as I walked around Africa, and as I met people and just saw people on the street, and I realized that tension between races wasn't there, it suddenly dawned on me that this was not a human thing, it was an American thing, based on the history with slavery and sort of the way things were engineered for hundreds of years, that this is just not the way humans work. When you look at babies of different races, they're not, they play with each other like it doesn't really matter. And traveling to other countries, traveling to Africa, traveling to Europe, traveling to the Middle East, traveling to Australia, to Asia, has taught me so much that I know how much of a tragedy it is that you don't have a passport right now. And
Right, exactly.
to everyone who has a passport out there watching this right now, definitely start to travel because you're going to look at life a lot differently.
Yeah, and my thing is traveling, you get to see other cultures hands on, like, you understand what I'm saying? In their native lands. And you get to experience different things. And as I traveled, and I think that's what aspects of what the government was kind of allude to, that I'm meeting people that were white, British dudes that think like I do. Irish dudes, radical. There's a woman, I can't mention her name, in England, radical as fuck. She's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman. So I'm like, wow. And I was growing and expanding and meeting different people that thought like I thought on a global level.